Okay, folks. Here we go. Sunday morning. One delivery, one run. It is Sunday, December, what is today? The 7th. 2025. It's a little warmer today. We're balmy 30 degrees. Skies are partly cloudy here in Hampstead, Maryland. All right. Well, let me just make this statement straight up. Today is the day of the deer. All right. Let me tell you what happened to me today so far. I wake up. One of the first things I usually do is walk through the kitchen, let my dog out. So he's walking through the house and he's acting a little weird. He's like sniffing around, like he's looking for something. It's a little strange, but you know, I didn't think much of it. Door, and there are like there definitely were 4 deer standing right by my car and right on the other side of the fence. So they weren't inside the backyard, but they were basically in my yard, right on the other side of the fence. 4 of them. And they bolt up into the neighbor's front yard, and they stood there for a little while, and then they walked away. So that was how the day started. Okay. It's kind of cool. I like seeing deer. So then I'm driving up Route 30 from Reisterstown to Hampstead, and I don't know if you've heard me talk about it. There was a deer that had been hit by a car that was like on the side of the road, and the car was still there. The car was like, the front end was like smashed in. It looked like the back end was smashed in too, so I don't know if he hit the deer, but then somebody else hit him. But the car had been sitting there, and the deer was like right in front of the car. Like, it was odd looking because it looks like maybe he pulled over and then the deer just fell off the front of his car or something, because it was laying directly in front of his car. So the car's gone, but the deer's still there. So I'm driving up and I see that deer laying on the side of the road, and I'm thinking, oh, he's out for a while. His name was Curtis. This one's T-Bone. So T-Bone is still there. So I'm riding along and I'm thinking about T-Bone a little bit, and all of a sudden there's a line of, and I think it was 4. I think I definitely saw 4. There may have been more. There might have been one before, one after, but they come, here they come. It's too late. I'm like right there, and there are 4 deer running across, and I got the third one. Like, they're all like galloping across, and the third one, so there was still one over there. I don't even know what happened to him, but the third one, I hit him straight on. I mean, he hit like the front of my car, driver's side, but it was pretty much a straight hit. And let me just tell you, if you haven't hit a deer recently, they bounce. They really kind of like fly off. So all I see, I don't wish hitting a deer ever, but it was a shame that I didn't have the camera on. This was my car. I wasn't driving the van, and I didn't have it set up, so I didn't do it. But yeah, so I hit a deer hard. It cracked my headlight. I think the headlight still worked. I didn't notice I didn't get a signal that my headlight was out. I did get a signal that my left front blinker wasn't working properly, and I'm driving along with a signal on my car that shows that the hood, there's something wrong with the hood. So I guess, I don't know, I'm not going to touch it right now. So all I did, so I hit the deer, it went flying off. I'm pretty sure it flew off the road. It was probably on the left-hand side of the road, and nobody's around at that time. So I stopped for a second, because you're kind of like, what do I do? And then I don't even know if I came to a full stop. I'm like, I can't deal with this right now. And I just drove up to the bakery, because my car was still driving fine. I couldn't tell, other than the little message that was on the front saying, you got a problem with your hood. So yeah, that was that. And within a couple of minutes, after I hit that deer, within a couple of minutes, there was a car coming down the other way, and I see in his headlights that there were deer running across. So I didn't really come close to hitting them, but there was another group of, I don't know, 3 or 4 deer that ran across in front of me. So I'm being very cautious today. It is the day of the deer in Craycray's life. So now I start I guess later today I will call insurance company. We'll find out how well that works. Kind of bummed though. I don't like to kill an animal. I really don't. And I'm pretty sure he died. There's some hair. Basically, the front end doesn't look horrible. The headlight casing is gone, but I think the headlight still works. It probably won't work for long. It's probably high halogen, which means it'll probably go out as soon as it gets wet or something. But yeah, pretty sad. But we have to move on. We have to move on. It was God's plan. I don't know why that deer had to go today, but it's part of the plan. That's the way I look at it. I just happen to be the person responsible. No, I'm also trying something new. I learned how to set up the upcoming stream notice. So I think that worked pretty well this morning. That way I can get, the title and everything set up before I can do that the night before. But I also changed it so that whatever 720 versus 1080. I don't know. I think 1080 is a little more defined picture. Like it should be a little bit clearer, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I changed that, and because I figure if I'm riding along with an internet connection, it probably should be okay. I'm sure that 1080. Sure that the 1080 probably has a larger file size or something, but I would imagine that Janet is going to come on today sometime. What time is it? 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I don't know, maybe not. Get a tune-up anyway, so maybe I will get when I'm going to get the body work done, I'll also schedule maintenance on the car. And then I don't know if I have car rental insurance. I don't know if that's part of my insurance. I'll have to look. I'm not even sure what my deductible is. I don't think it's super low. It's got to at least be $500 probably. I'll tell you what though, my car really did do a good job. It was a battering ram and it was pretty solid. So kudos to the people of Mercedes. They do have a very solid car. Maybe at the end of this stream, I'll go over and show the car. Route 30 in Maryland. You can't run that route every morning and not expect to hit a deer. I know, it's weird, right? My second deer. I mean, the first one that I hit didn't do any damage to my car, but I did hit another deer. I refer to it more as a bump. I'm also going to see when I go home if I can figure out where the deer is exactly. I know if you're familiar with Route 30, traveling north from Reisterstown to Hampstead, this occurred not far. It was north of St. Paul's Church. So you pass the church on the right-hand side. The church is St. Paul's Church, and this was slightly north of that, because T-Bone is slightly south of that. But all together today, like, I had 4 at home, I had 4 in the group that I hit, and then I had another 3 or 4. So I'm up to like 10 to 12 deer that I've seen today. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's 10 to 12 deer. I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of obsessed about it right now, but you know, like, it actually does. It does have a jarring effect. Curious to see if this video looks any different. Last night I was online, and what was I watching? First I went to the guy that I watched in the Disney, and he was I think he was in Hollywood Studios yesterday, and they have, I think that was yesterday, and they have a show in the evening. I don't remember what it's called. Phantasm? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, he did the show, and then after that live feed, he said he was going to, there's a town nearby, like 30 minutes from Disney, and the town's called Winter Garden. And they had, I guess they do it every year, they have a golf cart Christmas parade. So that was going to happen last night. And it was rainy in Winter Garden last night. So he went over, so he stopped the stream, and he came back on. He was going to come back on at 5, it was more like 5:30. By the time he got over there, he got set up. But he had an awful time last night. I don't know what was wrong. He said that I did learn that clearly all the, I mean, he's walking through Disney, so I guess he's just using his AT&T cellular connection. And I guess that's what he does in the park too. Does anybody know? Like, does if you're in Disney World in one of their parks, do they have Wi-Fi throughout the park, or do you? I doubt it, right? I don't imagine that. But that's definitely what he was trying to use in Winter Garden. He said he has AT&T, and he said he showed 5G, full bars, but I don't know what was going on, but his phone was constantly buffering. And I watched a little bit of it, but it is hard. I mean, it's hard when you're watching anything that isn't smooth. And I know there are parts of this trip that buffer, but I think they're short for the most part. I have to get better at, not better, but I'm going to increase the number of little short clips that I pull. One of the things, I looked at my clip from yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was driving down 795, making the first delivery of the morning, and I was south of Owens Mills Boulevard. So I was on the, there's 3 lanes heading south, and it was yesterday. And it was pretty slick. This was when it was still kind of misty and freezing rain, and the temperature was like in the 20s. So, you knew it could be slippery, especially bridges and stuff, right? So I think I was talking about that at the time. And as I was going down the highway, all of a sudden you see like a bright light on the left side of the highway. And this is the highway where this metro subway runs down the center of it. So it's not like, I'm not talking about left side where the other traffic is. I'm talking about left side that would be on the shoulder next to our left-hand lane. And it was like a white light, and I'm like, it looked like either there was maybe an emergency vehicle over there or something. So it's, Saturday morning wasn't super crowded, but, I was in the middle lane and we're going down. And basically, I could see it in a split second, but in the footage, all you can really see is that there's a bright light there in the lane. But what had apparently happened is that car, I don't know where he started, I don't know what lane he was in when he started, but he must have spun, and he was literally sitting kind of facing traffic, and a good part of his car was in the fast lane. I mean, if you came up on him and you had a car to your right, you were in the left-hand lane, and you had a car in the middle lane next to you, that could have been really bad. I didn't stop. I mean, I only saw it like a split second in the end, but it must have just happened. I don't know. But it made me think about the 720 versus 1080 pixels. Is that what it is? I don't know. Anyway. So I'm wondering if I'll have clearer images of some of that that kind of stuff. I don't know. That might be more of a frames per second when you're going at a speed like that. I apologize for anybody who's watching this and they're like very knowledgeable about photography. They're probably screaming at me right now because I'm failing to explain myself properly, but I know enough to know, like, well, I think this is going to be a slightly better picture, but that's about all I know. I was also looking at gimbals, Gimbal, gimbal, and they look pretty cool. I'm not going to do it now, but I can see in my future, I can see myself having a gimbal. I think they look pretty neat. This is like, you hold it, it can come with like a tripod extension, but it's basically a handheld device that holds your phone, and they're made to hold cameras. There are models that are probably, and there are probably more models made to hold cameras, because that's where the whole idea comes from. But it basically has 3 points, like rotation points, right? So they're almost any kind of angle that you tilt the phone, it will react to what you're doing. So you turn it on. It's motorized. So you put your phone on it, and then you turn it on, and some of them automatically balance. Some of them you need to do a little work to get them all balanced, but you get your camera balanced, and then as you walk along, now I think you still have to walk relatively smoothly. Like you can't be jerking the camera up and down too much, but it does a good job of smoothing out a picture if you're walking. So you just hold this thing up in front of you like you're holding a candle, and or you can hold it down. Some people use it to get lower shots, but it smooths out the movements. Oops. Saw Bunny. Bunny ran in front of us. He made it. Probably didn't see him because the headlights were in her face. I don't like to kill animals. I don't like to kill fish. I know, it sounds pathetic. But I've never really been into fishing because I've tried it. I just don't like the fact that you're killing something. Even if it's a fish, I get emotional. I mean, I did catch a fish once. I just threw it back. I mean, I know you can do that. So you can still enjoy the sport and not kill the fish. But, yeah, I don't have a problem eating it if it's already, somebody else killed it and put it in a grocery store. I'm good with that. But I'm not wild about killing animals. These guys. Excuse me. No, I'm going 60 miles an hour. I'm not a little bit hesitant today. No, I'm not. live stream I did Friday night. The church was having a tree lighting and a concert, and I have the live stream out there. But I thought I would practice. I want to be able to take, like, I've created a couple of little short videos where I pulled, where a rabbit ran in front of me or there was deer on the side of the road. I have a couple of those short little clips, but when you pull them out of, I couldn't figure out how to make a short. It only makes a short video if you pull it from your live stream. I tried last night to figure it out. So basically what I did was I just downloaded that video onto my computer, and then I went into the software where I could just grab a clip out of that, and then I made the clip the size of a short, and made it vertical and all that kind of stuff. It worked very well, so I feel comfortable that now I can pull little clips out and create shorts, because that's actually more, like I know I've always said, I don't think people are going to say, oh, let me watch this drive. I mean, it's sometimes to watch, but like I don't even go to the channels that I watch where it's people that are driving delivery trucks and stuff. I don't go back and look at old ones. Okay, here we go. Lots of times on Sundays I have to call because hello. That's very noisy. I had the fan blaring the whole time. Alright, let's call. They're not coming. Here we go. This will go silent for you while I'm calling. Drops the audio, so you can't hear my call, but I promise I'm not talking about you. gonna get nuts. Right back. Stay there. Delivery is done. Let's go back to the front. All right, folks. I like coffee. I like coffee. Noticed that after this recent yucky, snowy kind of weather, that the what you call it, windshield, and, all of the windows actually have like that, kind of dried salt stuff. I cleaned the area in front of the camera, but the rest of the windshield is not looking so good. And I would do the little wipers with the fluid, but I think that would just smear in front of the camera. So I'm not going to touch it. I'm sacrificing my view. I can't see a damn thing. No, really, it's not that bad. But you know how after a snowfall, that skanky stuff all over your windows for a couple of days. It's where we are, and I think it's on the backup lens, camera lens. worst thing because I don't know if it always happens. Bob told me that it happens most of the time. They fly up in front of you, so like you hit them and then they're pushed up. Because this deer that I hit definitely, I don't know how high. If I'm sitting, my eye level is maybe 4.5, 5 feet. I'm sitting because I just have a regular car. I don't have an SUV. So it was at least a foot above my head at some point when I was flying, I think. But here's what I'm thinking. So if you're driving down the road and let's say you don't hit the deer, but you have deers, if you have deer running across and it gets hit by the car coming another direction, like a two-way road like that, and it flew up and was like, now it's hitting the top of your hood and the windshield, that could be bad. But that would be like, yeah, I mean, that would be like a worst case scenario. Alright, I gotta stop talking about it now. Unless Janet comes on.
then turn right onto Maryland 140 East, Baltimore Boulevard. Turn right onto Maryland 140 East, Baltimore Boulevard.
I'm going to go drive by my deer. It's a new adventure. I think it'll take us about 5 or 10 minutes out of our way. We can do this.
Head southeast on Maryland 140 East, Baltimore Boulevard toward Bethel Road. Head southeast on Maryland 140 East, Baltimore Boulevard toward Bethel Road. onto Maryland 879, Cedarhurst Road. Onto Maryland 879, Cedarhurst Road. next left onto Cedarhurst Road. Turn left onto Cedarhurst Road. Then, you'll take your first right onto Maryland 91 North, Emory Road.
Okay. Alright, I know where we are.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Maryland 91 North, Emory Road.
Alrighty. I don't need you anymore. Thanks, Pumpkin. By the scene of the accident. If I hit a deer back here, that wouldn't be good, because I'd have to explain that I was taking a detour so I could see the deer that I hit. Yeah, so this would be a really bad time to hit a deer with a van. But I'm taking that chance. Couch out by the street back there that had some snow on it. Kind of reminds me of a story. You know there are deer back here, right? You know it. You know it. Delivery back here one time. It's very nice. Very nice neighborhood. Balmer County. Yeah, I hit a Balmer County deer. I mean, they don't pick them up quite as quickly in Balmer County. But, what is it, 7 o'clock? This happened maybe 5:30-ish. Right? 5:30. Yeah. So it's only been an hour and a half. I think they die pretty quickly when you hit them. Like, I just had the thought, like, what if I ride up here and he's like still laying on the side of the road now? Ugh. I need a gun. You're going to see T-bone too, I think. I think it's to the left, right? I'm pretty sure. Alright, here we go. I don't know, I'm getting emotional. So here I was, just riding along, minding my own business. An hour and a half ago, everything was fine. There's T-bone. T-bone's on the left. T-bone's on the left. So I'm riding along and I'm thinking to myself, hey, T-bone's still there. And then it was somewhere. So then there's St. Paul's Church, riding along, minding my own business, thinking about T-bone. And it happened somewhere along here. Somewhere along here. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Maybe it was further than I thought. Come on. Where is it? Somewhere along here. Oh, maybe when I came over this crest. I don't know. It's all a blur. There's no way he lived through this. Further than I thought. Let's see it. That's weird. I didn't see it. Huh. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe he's fine. Maybe. Do you think that's possible? Did he run away? It definitely happened. I did not see it. I don't know. That's weird. Because I know for sure that it was north of T-bone. No sign of it. I think he like wobbled off the road. Oh my God. Maybe he's laying somewhere suffering. focused on dishes. You can't be thinking about this anymore. Oh look, there's a bunch of deer out there in the field. I see them standing out there. A little group of them, about 4. I'm up to like, I'm going to be at like 100 deer by the time this day ends. Maybe that was, call him Bouncer, he's Bouncer. I don't know what to say about that. Maybe it didn't happen. Now here's what could happen. Maybe I'm going to drive back, I'm going to park the van, and there's going to be nothing. My car will be perfectly fine. It happened a little bit north of that church. There's like no evidence of it. He's not on the side of the road. Wow. I'm shocked. I know a lot of this ride has been talking about this deer, but you gotta realize it makes an impact on me. I can't get over it. Today's Pearl Harbor Day, by the way. Just thought of that. My phone, no worries. Make the turn. Definitely hit the deer. It happened. Okay, it happened. Oh my gosh. Distraught. right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Alright, so here's the deal. Let's walk over there and I'll just show you my car real quick. I've got to find the my phone too. My phone is in here. So there's a lot going on. Here we go. Let me just show you my car. See, the headlight still works somehow, but the turn signal does not. There's a little hair. See the hair? Little hair over here. I don't know where. Maybe that's the turn signal in the lower section there. But yeah, so that's where he hit. I think that's where his hoof hit that right there. Oh my. I mean, it doesn't look awful. Obviously the light that's not going to be good. But anyway, that's how we'll end our stream today. More news later. Have a great day. Have a good Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow.